Welcome back to the Hustler Podcast. This is episode 4, season 2. And today we have the one and only Busy Beats. What's cracking, Busy?
Yo, what up? What's good? Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, man, no problem. All day, man. I'm just finally coming through.
I'm a busy guy.
I know, bro, but that's what's up, though, and I appreciate you being here. Let people know where you're from and what your hustle is.
Busy Beats. I'm a DJ producer out of Southern Cali. Born and raised Colton, California. Resided in Riverside for a while. It's where the studio is, all that. Yeah, I'm over here from the IE. That's where I've been building my brand and building my name, you know.
There we go. What came first? Did you start DJing first or did you start producing first?
Actually, I started producing first.
Okay.
Before even producing, I was playing in bands and stuff like that. Didn't even know that I wanted to be a DJ or a producer. I just, love music. Grew up playing guitar, learned how to play the guitar, and then played bass in a few bands, and then, just started going from there. Over time, I got out of high school, and the band started taking off, and one thing led to another, and people started quitting, and it just didn't really work out with the band, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I gained a lot of knowledge from that. A lot of people taught me a lot of things for songwriting and how to play instruments, but I kind of needed another outlet. Like, once the band stopped, I needed that other outlet to get out there and to do something, So that's when I found the production. Okay. And started dabbling with production, while I was in the band and stuff, but when the band kind of, it ended, everything went south, that's kind of when I started the full on all right, I think I'm going to be a producer. This is what I want to do.
Did you go to school for it?
Yeah, eventually. So after that I went to school. This was I was 21. This is 2010, something like that. 2011. And I was just okay, the band's not working, but I need to I have all this music in me. I need to get it out, So then I started just messing with the production. Started recording myself, playing guitar, doing stuff like that, recording over loops and stuff. And then it started evolving. Started getting more programs, started getting more software, more different MIDI controllers, stuff like that. And then I just started learning,
Yeah.
And then started writing songs, putting stuff out slowly. I didn't really know all the way. I was just, doing what I felt was right at the time. And that's kind of slowly how I started falling into DJing. I had a buddy that was we're going to do a beat showcase for your beats. I started putting out my beats and stuff like that. And they were just instrumentals at the time. I wasn't even, thinking about rappers or anything at that point. I was just, I want to make beats. Yeah. This was during the whole dubstep era, and this was that far back then.
Yeah, okay.
2011, 2010.
Yeah, I was about to say 2010s.
And I don't know. We're just making just hip hop and just whatever, new, old, anything we liked. We didn't really have any preferences, but then started getting more and more stuff. They were play a beat showcase. So I played a beat showcase, right? The first one I played was on Ableton, and I played it with all my stuff. I had a guitar. I was playing my beats and I was playing my guitar live. It was completely different of what I do now.
That's dope, though.
It was dope. It was super dope.
Super dope. Hell yeah. I've never seen that.
And I was just doing what I knew. I knew I loved to play the guitar, and at the time, I wanted to express myself, and that's what I was doing. So I was playing my guitar over beats, And then I had a buddy, next showcase, we did another beat showcase, and he was like, you should just play your beats on, just DJ them. It's easier. You don't even have to bring nothing. Yeah. Just a flash drive. And I was like, DJ? What the fuck? What is DJ? That's when I was like, wait, what is DJing? I know what DJing is, what a DJ, but that's I had dabbled a little bit before. I had got some turntables when I was younger. Yeah. So I wasn't did not know anything about DJing. I had records and stuff like that.
But it never came across your mind to do it.
Never came across my mind that I should be a DJ, right?
But I would think producers and DJs kind of correlate, they come together.
I would say yes. Eventually, yes. But I was so far off in the band scene. When I started coming to it, I was getting closer and closer to hip hop, right? But I was so far off that finally when I got to the point where I was more hip hop than anything, Yeah. Because it was indie alternative. I was making crazy stuff indie. I guess it would consider indie kind of stuff, experimental, just different kinds of shit. But anyways, when it got to the actual hip hop point, that's when the DJing got thrown in there. like, oh shoot, like people making beats, duh, we DJ them, we you know, we play them out.
Yeah.
I get it. And then that's kind of opened my eyes, like, oh shoot, like people could rap on, because that's when the cypher started happening, you know. I started playing these beat showcase, and there'd be a cypher, somebody rapping over a beat or something, and I'm like, dang, I should probably make beats like that people could rap over or something, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of like, these were just all thoughts. Like, I was still doing my thing. I was still like just with like dabbling with the bands and stuff like that, but kind of leaning towards the production.
In the early years, do you feel like production took a backseat to your DJing, or was it always just in the up front? You know what I mean?
Production was always up front, number one.
Okay.
And then once I found, like I said, after that first beat showcase, when I DJ'd, and then I got that feel for a record, I remember I played on, the homie had a setup, and they were all DJing. That's what was weird. Like, I had homies that were all DJing, and it was like, we started kind of like collabing, and I was doing stuff for them, they were doing stuff for me, but then that's what showed me the DJ side, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The first setup I played on was two 1200s, MK2s, black MK2s.
Oh, those are nice.
And then it was like a DJM like 500, I think, one of the little mini small mixer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember that, because then as soon as I touched that record, I was like, oh shit, this is kind of dope. Like, what the fuck is this?
Because now you get to manipulate the music that you made.
It was different because you were not making it no more, you were playing it out.
Yeah.
So you weren't worried about, oh shit, I gotta add like, you were more like, okay, I just gotta play it out to the people, right? Like,
yeah,
it was a whole different feeling. But that's when I actually got the feeling of the band. Like, I was chasing this feeling of being in the bands again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I started producing and making music by myself, because I was like, I need to do this. But I got the feeling from DJing that I got when I was playing in the bands, like being up there DJing for people.
Yeah,
I got that same feeling by DJing in the bands, by DJing, you know. So I was kind of like, whoa, like, this is dope. Like, I need to do this. Like,
was it? It was a lot more difficult on the band because obviously you have to deal with more people, right?
Yeah.
And then DJing is by yourself.
DJing and producing, you're by yourself. You don't have to worry about nobody. So that's when I was like, all right, cool. I could do this on my own. I don't need anybody. You know.
You said you collaborated a lot with your homies back then. Do you still collaborate a lot with them now?
Yeah. Not the same homies.
Yeah.
You know, time goes by, but like I was just telling you a little while ago that just collabing, I mean, that's a big part of being a producer now. Is just collabing. Getting 1 million beats done versus getting 500,000 beats done, you know?
Yeah.
That's just kind of the name of the game now.
Your early struggles with DJing, how did you, so you had a residency, or you still do, at Worthington's, right?
Yeah.
Then Downtown Riverside. How did you come up with that?
So I was actually, that's where the first beat showcase was at Worthington's.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
So during that time, before I started DJing, when I first got out of the bands, my sister was working there as a bartender, and she got me a job as a bouncer. Mm. So I was a bouncer at this place, right? And I had friends that were DJs, and they were like, you should let us do a DJ night there. And then I got my sister to let them do a DJ night, and then it was kind of all history from there. That's when they did the DJ night. I ended up doing a beat showcase. Well, through that DJ night, it ended up doing really well, and we ended up building off of that. So they gave us one night a month. It was like one Sunday a month, to then they gave us 2 Sundays a month, to then we had every Sunday, to then all of a sudden they wanted us to do 1 Saturday a month, to then all of a sudden we had every Saturday, to all of a sudden it just grew and grew and grew. Before I knew it, I was running the whole thing. This is over time, you know. But when I first started, it was just me kind of just filling in and just kind of trying to figure out what works. Because the DJing thing, like I said, I was playing beat showcases. How it worked out for me was they needed a DJ, and I was just like, okay, I could do it. Like, I know how to DJ now. Now I just need all the music and everything.
The equipment too, right?
And the equipment. See, I had homies though at the time that were helping me out, and since we were making beats and working together, they were showing me, you know, the other side. They were showing me the DJ side.
Yeah.
So at that time, like, I had a little crew I was running with, and we were helping each other out. I got the spot to DJ at. They brought the equipment, and we all DJ together. It was kind of a collaborative effort, you know.
That's dope.
At that time, and then time went on, and it just kind of kept happening. The nights kept building up, and before I knew it, they wanted us to be like every weekend, every night, you know. And so I kind of took the job of kind of handling all that and running that spot. But with that, that's kind of what gave me my residency. So it went from me just kind of running that place, booking everybody, to then I ended up getting the residency for the weekends over there.
Do you feel like that helped you out a lot? Just communicating with other people, as in, did anybody go up to the club and be like, "Hey, man, you're busy. What's up, bro? I see you online," stuff like that. Did you meet anybody there?
Yeah, I feel like though this was like almost MySpace days, barely early Facebook days. So like things were a lot different back then. The community was there back then. Like we had like a lot of people coming out. We had art. We had everything going on. We had 2 rooms, 2 different types of music. We had artists. We had game, like all these different things. Whereas now it's kind of it's a different game now. I think part of it, a lot of it, social media made it different.
How big of an impact does social media have on what you do as a producer and a DJ?
Ooh, I feel like the DJ side of things on the internet, I feel like that's really oversaturated right now, because you could be a DJ on the internet, but you don't have to be it in real life. So with that being said, like utilizing that platform to be a DJ is really hard right now, but utilizing it to be a producer too is just as hard. So it's kind of finding the balance for me. I've been kind of utilizing it more in the producer way, because I feel like for me personally, like that's what's going to set me apart from everybody, you know? Like if everybody could DJ, but not everybody's a producer. Everybody's a producer, not everybody's a DJ. So I kind of just try to use those points to my advantage on social media, you know what I'm saying?
Do you use any like tactics on your social media? Is there certain stuff that you post? Is there a certain audience that you're targeting?
Yeah, so I'm most likely when I'm on social media, I'm targeting the people that are going to buy, but then also my close fan base. Like I have a local fan base as well of people that follow me. So people that want to know what I'm doing and what my daily stuff is, or, you know, where I've been, stuff like that. So a mixture of personal and business. I mean, I feel like that's the best thing now, because going through and posting just all my beat content, I did that before. It worked, but there's not really much that comes of that when it's just like that. It almost makes you stale, you know?
Yeah.
So by posting like the lifestyle stuff and stuff like that and just different things, I feel like that's kind of like kept it like a good balance, you know?
Yeah.
And then the followers, they have something to, oh, okay, he's real. I see him. Look at him. That's him right there.
It's funny. You're like the second person that's told me this about social media, that you have to personalize it. You have to make it your own. Because if it's the same shit over and over, people are just going to get bored of it, you know?
Yeah. This dude told me, one of my good friends, he said the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and expecting a different result. So if you're going to do something over and over and over and over and expect it to be different, you're going to go crazy, because it's not going to change.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of finding a balance. Like I'll do a lot of the same things, but in different ways, but it's just kind of like keeping up with the times as well too. And then also I feel like social media is just another tool, nothing to be taken seriously or nothing to be, you know?
Yeah.
It's another tool. It's your digital business card.
Do you get any business from your social media?
100%. I get a lot of business from social
So
media.
it is important. It's super important.
Super important.
At the same time, it's just
but in the beat business, especially now with selling beats, and I'm fast forwarding now, because we're talking about being DJ. So now, me being a legit producer in the game and been doing this for a long time, I feel like it's half and half, because if you exhaust all your energy online, yes, you're gonna get it, but you're not gonna get that actual real contact with people and build those relationships, because online you don't know me, you know what I'm saying? And someone quick to jump ship, someone quick to steal something from you, someone's quick to do, or they'll be cool with you, you know? You don't really know, but at the same time, in person, building a relationship with somebody, that kind of goes way farther, I feel like, in the production game. Because most of my clientele I have that I've built throughout this whole time has been people that I've built relationships with, that have come back over and over and over, you know? Those are the people that make me money, and those are the people that keep me afloat. The one-offs, or you know, it's just extra money, and it's just, you know, people won't want to spend a lot, but that's what the internet's for.
What is the process of you making money? How does a producer nowadays in 2020 make money?
Oh man, there's a lot of different revenues. Well, number one, selling your beats, of course.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. but that's not the only thing.
When you say selling your beats, do you just give away your beats for a certain amount of money? Is there like because I've heard this term used by you, is it like a leasing of a beat? Like, how is it that you sell your beats?
Well, there's a process that goes to it. So you kind of give them options. It's like plan A, plan B,
no,
plan C.
I didn't know that.
So the first plan's going to be like a basic lease. Let's say $50, right? That's my basic lease is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just going to get you the basic lease, the MP3.
Okay.
Now, if you want more than that, you want the wave, which anybody that's legit and knows about music, they know that you need the wave to record on. If you're a professional, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to cost you a little bit more. But then I own the beat still. That only gives you the percentage to use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I get the percentage off it too.
Can you still sell that same beat to someone else?
And I can still sell it to somebody else. That's leasing it, right? So now when you get up to like plan C, you keep going up, it's going to be like, okay, you purchase this beat. I won't sell it to nobody else, but I get this percentage still, you know? But then there's another plan where it's like you buy this flat outright and just give me a percentage and that's it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how it works. So different options for different people. Because some people, just like buying a car, like not everybody's going to buy the car cash. Some people are going to lease it,
yeah.
pay payment, you know? It works like that for a lot of up-and-coming artists. But then at the same time, though, with that being said, it just depends on the artist because a lot of people that are up-and-coming are not going to want to pay full price. They don't have the money, but they want the beat. So if you're not going to pay full price for it, you're going to get what's on the internet, number one. But it's just going to be kind of whatever I put out, you know?
Yeah, I saw that you opened your own Studio B, right? It's located in Riverside.
Yeah.
So you are legit now, as much as you can be, because you have artists coming all the time, right?
Yep.
You have DJ lessons, right? You offer that too. You had a student, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of students actually. I just been trying to push all sides of the business. Like I said though, selling beats is only one revenue of a producer. It's about doing everything else. So from selling beats to selling my skills to lessons, all those kind of things, just recording, mixing, mastering, all those things are just different ways to make money as a producer, especially in your 2020. Because if you're selling your beat for $25 to somebody, you get 5 to 20 people to buy them. Yeah, you're making some money, but that's not going to make you rich. Yeah, so everything else. But that's why I said, like, for me, what I've learned over the time is that building up a clientele of like legit people. Yeah. That understand the business. Yeah. But also that like understand my worth. Because of course, someone that's on the internet, all they're gonna see is your followers. They're not gonna know your worth.
Or the end process of like the studio that you have. Like, what was the process of that? Getting a studio up. How was that? Was it difficult?
It was not easy. A lot of hard work, sweat, and but well worth it. I mean, it took me a few months to get it going, just because going into any new spot, you gotta plan and see how you're gonna put things together, and then also how you're gonna make it better. I had the home studio at my house for about 3 years, 2-3 years, and before I moved to the studio, and it was amazing. So much work done. So much work done over there, and when I moved to the new studio, I was kind of like got the good opportunity to go over there, and I was just kind of like, okay, how can I make this better than my home studio, but still give it that home studio feel, but make it better. Yeah,
it wouldn't make sense for you to have a studio and not even make it better if it's, you know what I mean? Like, the location was the dopest thing, I think, because it's right above Worthington's. Yeah. So you literally go do a gig on a Saturday, and then you end the night in your studio. Yeah. Which I thought was amazing. I mean, you have everything there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Long time coming. I mean, it took me at least 10 years to get to that point.
You were eyeing that spot already from the get?
Yeah, since I've been DJing there for, like I said, I've been almost there for 10 years at that place, DJing there. And since I got there, I was like, man, that'd be dope to have that spot up there. One day, that'd be dope. Maybe one day it'll open up. Never thought it would actually open up. And then I got the call, which was crazy because it was like right before it was last year, about November, I think. Yeah. And it just was like out of nowhere. I just got the call like, oh, hey, you still want that studio? hell yeah, I want that studio.
And that was it after
Yeah,
that.
and it worked out perfect, man. That place is really, really good spot for me. And I mean, just to have a different place to do my work now, it just makes things different. Change the whole game.
Yeah, I seen that you even did you guys handcrafted the booth, right? The vocal booth, right?
Oh yeah, DIY everything, bro.
Bruh, that's
DIY
that's good. That's
everything.
dope.
I saved myself a lot of money. I want to say I built like a $5,000 booth for like under $1,000.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was a long process though, cause I seen that you were working on it for quite a few weeks, no?
Shit, like almost a month and a half, dude. Like process of going through everything, but just with time and work and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to make it work. It took a while.
Besides that booth, did you have all the equipment already?
Nah, I had most of it, but again, going to a new spot, I wanted to upgrade some things.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a couple better things. A lot of it I had, because I'm the kind of guy that I don't ever sell anything. I just, I'll sell it if I don't need it.
So
but
the equipment, audio equipment, is like really, why would you sell it? You know, unless you're trying to upgrade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff I had, I was like, oh shoot, wow, now I could use it now at the big studio. But then there was a lot of stuff that I had to, I had to invest more and more and more. I mean, through the whole time, I invested a lot of money, but now it's worth it because it's a workhorse. My studio is set up and ready to rock at any time.
Wait, an estimate of how much you spent on your equipment?
Oh, to build the studio?
Yeah, to either studio or the equipment that you have with everything.
Oh, in the studio? Dang. I estimate it's a lot of G's in there. We're talking about at least 10 G's, bro, if not more.
At least.
At least. That's with everything,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of little things that are expensive, too, that are, like, go into everything.
And you're still adding to this day.
Still adding, still trying to make it better. But, I mean, I feel like once you have your good setup, you kind of know, working out all the bugs and everything, you kind of start to realize, like, what you need and what you don't need over time,
Yeah.
So for me, it's like the basic setup that's most beneficial to me. Is kind of what works for me. Like now through the quarantine, I've kind of even built a little studio at my house, so now I got the setup in my house, and over there less is more,
Yeah.
So it's just, it never stop investing, never stop building, never stop adding to your arsenal though, of toys, I guess you could say, because they're toys for us.
Yeah, but I mean they make you money.
Yep.
So there's not really toys, but so. What kind of artists do you work on? Do you work with just hip hop artists? Is that all? Like, I know you said before you used to make your beats, and it used to be like, what was the word you said?
Like indie stuff like that,
indie.
Rock. I started off, I was making rock in the bands and stuff like that, right? We're like indie, alternative, like Deftones, Incubus kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, later on, when time goes on, then I started dabbling more in, like I said, beats and stuff. But now, I'm making, what's hot, radio hits. That's kind of like my name of my game right now, making bangers, stuff for people to rap on, artists to rap on, and just stuff that I think is gonna hit.
What kind of artists have you worked with?
Rappers, from rappers all over the IE to singers, songwriters. I got a lot of like acoustic people that I've worked with. I got R&B singers. I got just randomness, bro. But of course, a lot of rappers. A lot of rappers.
Local rappers, local talent.
From local rappers to bigger rappers too. I got some big ones under the belt now. But the local rappers, I mean, those are the ones that usually keep me going, keep coming through the door. Everybody always needs stuff recorded, so I mean that's the benefit of having the studio now. Now it's kind of like I get a wider variety than being out of my house,
Yeah. What artists have you eyed and been like, I want to work with that person?
Like local or like
local? It could be local. I mean, I'm obviously you want to work with Jay-Z, right? I mean, that would be dope
obviously
too.
I want to work with the big ones.
Yeah, but
I mean, as of right now, I just been focusing on like bigger, man. Like I've been lucky and blessed to kind of get my my foot in the door with a lot of like the local and like Chicano rap and stuff like that. And shout out to all those guys because they've been helping me to eat and make things work, and we got some hits out there,
Yeah.
So with that, I mean, that was like a few years back. My goal was, I want to work with this rapper, this Chicano rapper, this, But it's like almost now I'm already past that.
Yeah.
I've already passed that. I've already worked with everybody that I wanted to work with. As far as, in the, like, Cali kind of game or like the Chicano rap game out here. So now it's just like bigger. Thinking of the bigger picture.
Well,
like
you've had success on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, huge success. That's where like those are the big songs came out, you know.
Yeah. What for example, what songs?
There's one YB Odele. I produced that one. It's like about a year old. That one just hit like 13 million right now.
13 million views.
All independent, everything.
Wow.
And then I got another homie Doughboy. He's about to hit 1 mil on one of the tracks that I do with him.
Okay.
And then just other random tracks out there that are almost hitting 1 mil and just. But that one's the one.
For sure.
Yeah.
You knew right away when you made it?
Honestly, I sent him a pack of like 15 and he just picked.
Okay.
It's usually how it works. Like if the artist, I'm going to work with the artist and I want to work with the artist, I'm going to send him enough beats so they could for sure pick one, you know?
Do you have a certain process when making a beat? Is there like an idea that you have in your head and then you just strive for that idea, or do you just go with the flow and whatever comes out, that's what you want to do?
I usually have an idea in my head of what I want to do,
Mm.
and it more comes down to the style of what type of beat I want to make. Like, okay, do I want a piano beat?
Mm.
If I want a piano beat, I'm gonna start with a piano. Do I want a guitar beat? Do I want like a heavy trap beat? Do I want a synth beat? Like, what's gonna be my first move? You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how I go about it, and then just heavily influence off whatever I'm listening to throughout the day. Or whatever's new, or
So do you still listen to the radio?
Yeah, of course. You got to. I mean, not to the radio, but to what's hot right now and what's on the charts.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because my job is to make what's hot and to be able to compete with what's hot out there, you know? And more so now that I've been working with a lot of these collabing and working with these agencies and stuff, it's all about making bangers, what's hot, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to make a lot of them in order to get those hits. Like,
how many do you make per sit? Like when you sit down at the studio, how many beats do you produce?
Oh,
average.
I've been on a grind of like I try to make 3 beats per day.
Okay.
No matter what. I mean, sometimes less, sometimes more. It just depends. But usually about 3. Like in an hour, I'll finish like a whole beat. The idea comes out in like 15 minutes. But now, for me to say I finish a whole beat in 15 minutes, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna finish a whole beat in 15 minutes. To get the idea out, yeah, 15 minutes for sure. Less, 5 minutes probably. But to finish, I like to finish my shit. That's why I have so many beats. And that's a great tip for every producer out there. Whatever you start, just finish it. And that's what I tell my students too. Like, if you start a beat, finish it, because you never know what's gonna happen with that beat. Like, that could be like, people have picked beats that I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's the beat you picked, the one that took me 5 minutes to make. Like
but
really?
What if they might fuck with it?
That's what I'm saying. So like, I always tell people, finish your shit, even if it takes you like, and you don't want to do it, because that's the worst part. But then again, though, for me, that's also what's gotten me really good at it, because I make sure I try to finish every beat, so everything is like at least a solid idea.
Yeah.
So when I go back to it, it's not like, damn it, I gotta finish that. Damn it, I gotta add this. Nah,
Yeah.
I already know what to do. I already did it all. It's already there. Everything's there. Maybe just tightening up a couple things, you know, if that. But it's just a matter of just keeping on doing that same thing again.
With everything that's going on with COVID, obviously it affected you in a negative way as a DJ. But as a producer, did it affect you in a negative or positive way?
As a producer, it affected me negatively at the beginning, but I was able to build up, like I said, my solid clientele. Once I kind of opened my doors back up and was like, okay, we're good, like, I'll start taking bookings. It actually kind of sped it up a little bit, because now a lot of people had more time. To be honest. So the people that weren't able to come out to the studio, a lot of them now are able to come out.
Yeah, they have time now to do it.
They have time. So that changed it for the production. So I'm super blessed to have made this move to do that. But I mean, if I didn't go to school or do any of that, then I probably wouldn't be in the position I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
How did you stay productive during quarantine?
Damn, that's a tough one. Not easy, bro.
Yeah, because you were hurt at that time too, right?
That was the hardest. I got hurt like 3 times in quarantine, bro.
Oh,
remember my foot? I hurt my foot.
Yeah, that was just slightly before, right?
So slightly before. I just got back, and then I was all good, and then I hurt my toe. I broke a toe.
In the same foot?
Different foot.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, man, bro, that was discouraging, because I was like, oh. couldn't run. Like I was just, I was down and out. But kept doing it, kept grinding, kept making beats, and then, again, stomach, I hurt my stomach running.
Oh yeah.
I was telling you about that.
Yeah.
So man, it's been an up and downhill battle to try to just stay motivated, to be honest. And then just financially with everything, it's just crazy, bro. Having to deal with all this,
Yeah.
Because there's no more DJing. DJing was one of my main revenues, of course. But now I've been forced to make the production my main revenue, which actually works out 10 times better because this is what I do.
It's crazy how the universe works, right?
This is what I do, and now this is my full-time job. I'm like the DJ. I haven't, played a gig in a while.
That's what you do full time, is a producer.
And this is what I asked for, though. 100%. I said, man, I just want to get paid to make beats.
Yeah. What advice do you have for the up and coming producer?
Oh man, advice for up and coming producers: just stay focused, make those beats. If I'm over here saying that I'm making 3 beats a day, if you want to be a producer now, you gotta make 4 to 5 beats a day. Because you got to catch up to me, number one.
Yeah.
Just like I got to catch up to the guy that's making 5 to 6, Yeah. That's just the name of the game. There's always someone outdoing you, but you have to do the work in order to get to where you're going.
Go ahead.
And there's people like me. I'm not saying I'm right 100% or wrong, but I know this is what I do for a living, and I get paid to do this. So, take tips watch the people that are doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you see your friend or you see your other person that's already doing it. See what he's doing to stay afloat and to keep it going for himself. Especially right now, because the people that are still doing it are the people that are successful, because it's a hard time right now.
Did you have any mentors yourself?
I mean, going through school and stuff like that, the 2 schools that I went to, Scratch Academy in LA, and then Beat Lab, I got a lot of great mentors from there that kind of pointed me in the right direction.
Okay.
To where I am now. Especially, later on, like now, I've had a few mentors that have kind of pushed me in the right direction. But I would say just going through all those schools and just meeting all those contacts, but being around a lot of different artists and DJs and producers, that's what kind of like got me to realize like where I stand and like what my lane is, and just kind of being my own motivation after that,
Yeah. Do you, is it okay if people reach out to you just for any type of advice?
Oh yeah, 100%. Always here to help anybody, man. I always ask people to hit me up if they have any questions or anything, or want to figure out I'm doing something. There's a lot of people that actually, with social media, that's why it's great, because people can hit you up directly. Like, hey, what's up, man? I got this problem. A lot of up and coming producers out there that are really, really dope, and that I work with and talk to, that just try to help them out, try to point them in the right direction. I mean, I built this all on my own, and I continue to keep kind of do it all on my own, but it's possible. It's very possible.
Where can they reach you at? Where can they follow you at?
All across the board, Beezy Beats, BEAZ Beats. Find me Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, www.beezybeats.com, YouTube, Beezy Beats, all of the above. Subscribe to the channel, give me a follow, all that.
There we go.
You already know.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Thank you. I appreciate you being here with us, man. Till next time, y'all, keep hustling late.